Welcome to another edition of Motivational Sundays with Kevin and friends. Hey, this show was originally created from one of the more than 300 motivational quotes that I had created for the contents of my book. After studying over 40 years of human behavior, I was always curious how the same quote landed on one person to another. So I got together with all of my beautiful friends, Larnez, Otis, Christopher, Gilda, Anne Marie, Lois Campbell, and Dr. Breakthrough. And we wanted to have a conversation. Were these quotes just words that just passed on from one friend to another, or they just kind of laid there on the page? So we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of my beautiful co-hosts or myself, we bring in a quote and we put it out there. We give our interpretation and we see how everyone else feels about it. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our voice of the show, Mr. Otis Spencer. Will you give us the quote from Carl Sagan today?
Happy Sunday, everyone. Grand Rising. In all our searching, the only thing we found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other, by Carl Sagan.
All right, all right. Well, believe it or not, guess who brought the quote today? Yours truly. How you doing, Naheem? All right, so this quote, there's been a lot of going through my head. We went through Juneteenth, and we're still celebrating Juneteenth. Went through the country celebration of the birthday day. We went through the beautiful bill and a lot of other stuff that's going through. I watched over the weekend, University of Tennessee. Never thought I would see this to win the national 400 free swim. Three brothers won a swim meet. I didn't know any of us could swim. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Watch out, Olympics. Here we come. You know what happened to the NFL? Oops. You know what happened to NBA? Oops. Oh, we did it again. Major League Baseball. Hey, we're just all over the place. And believe it or not, you can't open a refrigerator door without thinking about a young brother creating that cooling system that you have. And by the way, your cell phone was hit by a sister too. That water gun you had, oh, another brother did that. Oh my gosh, this country wouldn't be anything without any of us. Well, let me go ahead and keep saying this. So, for the last couple of weeks, I've been rewriting and rewriting a song, and I've been talking about the struggle that men go through. I know women go through some stuff too, but a lot of times when we share our emotions, it is perceived to be our weakness. And sometimes I've had conversations with Dr. Breakthrough. I had conversations with Otis, Christopher, and Naheem. We have conversations that we don't always share with other people, especially our female partners, because sometimes it's someone that's closest to you doesn't understand what you're going through because we're so busy trying to be heard. We don't listen to what's being said to us. So I've shared a song with many of my people. So when this quote came along, in all of our searchings, the only thing we have ever found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other. And I thought about no matter how many times that I've been sitting in that dark room alone, contemplating some stuff, trying to make decisions, have more questions than answers, I've always been able to turn to one of you guys on this panel. I am nothing without you. And thank you for all that you do. So this is the reason why this quote landed on me today. Now let me see, toss it out there, see how it may have landed on Gilda. This is the first time we've ever had Gilda come first. And look at it. She gave me the stink eye. Gilda, how does this quote land on you?
Grand Rising. Oh, let me see. Because you changed the quote, so I have to change my whole thought process. Let's see. The only thing that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
That's the quote.
Is that the quote?
That's the quote.
Yep, that's the quote.
Okay. Okay. So,
I'm going to have to hide, aren't I?
yes, you're going to have to. I think you should move on to the next person because you took me.
All right, Lois. We've missed you. How does this quote land on you? In all of our searching, the only things that we found that make our emptiness bearable is each other. How does this quote land on you?
I love you, Gilda. I love you.
I'm afraid
And
of
I
it.
really, I really want to say that this group right here is the code. This group right here is the code. So I have many friends, people who I call my friends. I could meet you right now and I say you are my friend. And a lot of you may disagree with me, but that's my take because I have a heart that loves everyone. But when I meet someone that we really connect, I love you. And I truly can share stuff with you. I truly can call on you for things last minute, just to know that you're there in my corner. So this quote really is a hit for me because I have people who are really there for me when I need them, whether it's um, a drop of the hat or it's long term. So thank you very much, Kevin, for the quote.
All right, thank you. And believe it or not, life is not easy and it's not fair. But you know something? No matter how much you have, no matter where you've been, there's 195 countries in the world. I've got a half a dozen under my belt. But no matter how many times we tell a story of our adventures, if we don't have someone to share that with, life is truly unbearable when you're alone. So, Dr. Breakthrough, how does this quote land on you?
Well, a couple different thoughts. One, as I told my beautiful wife, Nadia, I call her my ABCD, my adorable brown caramel delight. I said, if I didn't have a dime, I'd be an extra rich man just being married to you. And so the the ability to experience breakthrough love and her the intimacy that we share, not just sex, but the intimacy that we have. So as the quote was saying about bearing the emptiness, which um, is the presence, having someone there. And of course, on the spiritual plane, um, the Lord Himself. I like what David said. He said in Psalm 139, verse 7, he said, "Whither shall I go from thy spirit, or whither shall I flee from thy presence?" He said, "If I ascend up into the heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the othermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me." And that's why I've got a great passion. I committed my life since I was 15 years of age to share this good news of the gospel to the whole world. Because the emptiness that I used to feel, I no longer have to feel now because He says, "I'll never leave thee nor forsake thee." Although, like the little girl said, she was scared one night and she said, "Mom, I'm scared. I'm all by myself." And she said, "No, no, the Lord's there with you." And a couple minutes later, the little girl said, "Mom, I'm scared. I know the Lord's here with me, but I want somebody in here with skin on them." So sometimes it always helps to have somebody with a little skin. And as it's been stated, each one of you provide that in your own way as well. And so, team, TEAM, together, I like to say we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. So, to get back to the simplicity of understanding the power of a present in our presence. God bless you.
All right, and that conversation was a win, WIN, not WEN. For everyone listening. Surprised you, Dr. Breakthrough, didn't I? All right. Anne Marie. All right. Anne Marie's got some wonderful things going on for her. She's about to become, I'm gonna put this out there, a best-selling author. She's about to launch something in Atlanta coming at the end of this summer. Hey, keep an eye out for her podcast. Anne Marie, how does this quote land on you?
Wow. Well, thank you for that plug. Thank you for that vote of confidence. So it's all about making, excuse me, making an impact on other people, isn't it? And in fulfillment of this particular quote. So I like to break the quote down into parts, and I saw three parts in it. First off was this idea of searching. And I'm thinking to myself, what are we searching for? So when we wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, or when you wake up at 7 o'clock, or as you going through your day, what is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're trying to find? And for all of us who live and breathe, that answer is different. And sometimes we know, sometimes we don't know. The second part of the quote talks about emptiness. And it made me think about what are the things, circumstances, struggles that make us feel that we're empty? Empty of what? Is it empty of love? Empty of happiness? Empty of purpose? Where does that emptiness come from? And how did we get there? I think about what do we do to fill that? And oftentimes you will have people, we fill the emptiness with a lot of our vices. But truth be told, the answer is both simple and complex. It's in each other. The third part of the quote, as a human being, we are not made to be on our own. No matter how independent, how smart, how thoroughly self sustaining we are meant to interact with one another. And here's the beautiful thing: the human body is a wondrous assembly of systems in terms of our organs, our tissues, the blood, and how everything works together in order for us just to be, just to be alive. So that majesty that is within us is also reflective of the systems outside of us. We need to be connected, working together. We need to be connected, holding one another up. And in so doing, Dr. Breakthrough, thank you for bringing the spirituality, because it's a whole design and shape that God made us to be the hands and feet for one another. So as we go through these times, I think of the Black Panthers, for example. They've been given a bad rap, but free food lunches for children, that came from them because there was no food in our communities. Somebody needed a doctor. Hospitals denied us care. How did we take care of ourselves? That came from the indigenous people. It came from, grandma's, what she would cook up in the kitchen and put together. We now look at it with disdain, but maybe we need to go back to that, because that was the medicine that we needed to take care of ourselves. So the types of things that we need to take care and survive and thrive, it comes from the community. And that is why we need to bear one another up. This is how the quote lands on me.
And the one thing is, Dr. Breakthrough, you said none of us walks alone, even though the room may be filled empty. If you have your faith, you are in a crowded space. And the way that you broke all three parts of that quote down was just beautiful. You can tell you that your book that's coming out. I mean, if you live, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to her words that she speaks, I want you to sit there when you turn the pages of her book and imagine her reading every single word to you. I'm telling you, I'm saying it ahead of time. Bestseller coming out. Otis, if you don't mind, we haven't heard from you a little bit with that smooth, silky, smooth voice of yours. Give us that quote by Carl Sagan one more time.
Absolutely. In all our searching, the only thing we found that makes emptiness bearable is each other.
All right. I'm a little nervous about going back up this square again, but I'm going to play it safe and hit Chris up before I go to Gilda, because Gilda's ready to light into me again. Christopher, how did this quote land on you? And Gilda, you're next.
Hey everybody, Grand Rising. I'm gonna take a little bit from what Anne Marie said. I'm not going to dissect the quote completely, but I will take a look again at the first part of the quote, and that's the searching part. The idea that there's something that you're missing, something that you need, something that you're looking for. And what instantly comes to mind is a saying or a quote I've heard all my life. Oftentimes, what you're looking for is right in front of you. So now going back to the art of a story or the telling of a story, where you'll take a few characters and basically have them oftentimes go on a quest. And I can recall back in school, well, they're talking about writing a story, how they'll take a group of people, and in that group there'll be different elements, different things, different shortcomings that each of the party has, and then they'll talk about how they develop that particular character. But what I thought was really amazing in some of the stories that I wrote, that I read, talked about how a group of people can basically go on a quest and search the entire world, find all sorts of things, looking for a specific thing, never find it, and then realize at the end of the quest that what they had were themselves, their group, their knot of friends who are most likely misfits, didn't belong anywhere else, but together they were a force that basically searched the entire world for a particular thing, never found it, and realized that what they were looking for was their group, their friends, that strength that they got being together, being one. So that's what I see in that quote. A group of people such as us who have a mission, if you want to call it that, where we're searching, seeking out, and at the same time spreading wisdom, but recognizing at the end of our journey what we truly have, what our true strengths are for each other.
Can't say it any better than that. That's what we have. That's all we have. At the end of the day, it can't be bought. It can't be reimbursed. Okay. It can only be given freely. So I love the way you put that. So Gilda, all right. Love you. All right. How's this quote land on you?
Each other makes emptiness more bearable. That's how it landed on me.
Oh God, thank you. And I was nervous. All right, all right. If for those of you that are tuning in, all right, if you've ever been at Thanksgiving dinner, all right, this is my family. This is who I want to share Thanksgiving with. We laugh, we cry, we share a couple stories. We all have opinions on something, but we all have the same view. It's together, being with each and every last one of you. It's what makes life valuable. I'm not saying unbearable. It makes life valuable when you can sit in a room with people highly intelligent, people that love life, love each other, and that are kind. I mean, kindness has no price on it, but we seem to spend our time and energy on other things that don't have a return on our investment. Kindness is where you should invest. Naheem Garcia, how you doing, brother?
I'm fine. I'm here. Thank you. Peace, everybody. In all our searching, the only thing we found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other. Now I'm going to play on words. I'm listening to everybody. So I say others, bearable, emptiness, found searching. So I think about a chain and a link. And in order for the chain to be, or at least the link to be a chain, it needs to be linked up to others. But a lot of times while we're searching to be strong through others, we forget to strengthen ourselves. You are only as strong as the link you're connected to. So if you're weak and your link is weak, your connection will be weak. So in order for you to bear the emptiness, you have to learn to be and stand still by yourself. It's like prayer. Not always with everybody praying. Sometimes just you and God. In order for you to receive all the blessings and love that you get from others, you have to be in tune with yourself. You have to be strong within yourself. And you have to bear the emptiness by yourself sometimes. Because when nobody else is there, you got to have faith in yourself. So I think about this quote and how it landed on me. And I think about the fact that before I could depend on my brothers and sisters, I have to make sure I could depend on myself because I don't want to be a burden to the link. I don't want to weigh more than the rest of the link. I want to be even and square. So this quote fell on me just as simply as it fell on everybody else. In order to have everybody else, you got to have yourself. That's how you have everybody else, because I'm never alone because I think about you all the time. I don't need to talk to you every day because I talk to you all the time. When I speak to you, it's just another connection. When I connect with you physically, it's just another connection. But at the end of the day, if you're not in my heart and mind, it don't matter how much I'm in your presence, because I can have all of you around me, still feel alone. But when I don't have you around me and I still feel like I got you, that means I'm whole within myself. And that's how that quote laid on me.
Right. And you know, when you search for answers and you find questions, it's like the true connection is you. And I love the way you put that together. You broke it down and you put the R into the drive and backed it up and then broke it down and look at you. We're going through. Now, you know, something like this, you know, a couple of weeks ago we had a storm. All right. It has come and it has go. And this is the eye of our storm. Larnez Kinsey, you're talking about, you know, another gift. You know, look at her and thriving as she can be. Larnez. All right. Matter of fact, I should probably have Otis deliver this quote again before you deliver your interpretation. What do you think, Otis?
Right, we can do that. In all our searching, the only thing we found that makes emptiness bearable is each other.
All right, Larnez.
Grand Rising to everyone. I'm glad everyone arrived here at this moment. I'm happy to see everyone. What came up out of this quote? There's an emptiness we don't always speak of, not the kind that comes from lack of money or time or titles. I'm talking about ancestral hollow, that soul deep hunger for meaning, for memory, for belonging. We all felt it. Waking up in the middle of the night, chest full of ache and no words, sitting in a room full of people, but feeling unseen, grieving, not just the losses we name, but the connections we were never given permission to make. And so we search through achievement, through partnership, through platforms, through pain, trying to quiet the void. But what Carl is whispering, what our elders, our spirit guides, and our dreams have long been showing us is this. It is not what we gather that fills the emptiness. It is who we sit with in the stillness. It's the sister that holds your hand while your voice is shaking. The brother who remembers your grandmother's name when you've forgotten your worth. The community that speaks your name even after you left the room. It's the village. It's the eye contact that doesn't flinch. It's the collective breath we moan. When we laugh, that collective breath when we pray. You see, the void is real, but it's not a curse. It's a portal. It calls us towards one another. It dares us to choose presence over performance, love over loneliness, spirit over spectacle. So today, don't rush to fill the emptiness. Meet it and let it lead you to your people, because what saves us, what has always saved us, is not the search. It's the sacredness in each other. And may your emptiness find its echo in someone else who sees you. And that's how this hit me.
Right, all right, all right, all right. It's hand clap, whatever. And I love that word, Maya. I like it. I'm going to use that, Maya. Hey,
Kevin,
Otis.
I hate breaking tradition. How does she do that? How can she take a phrase and then construct words like that touch so tightly in your heart? Where do you get this
It's an
AI?
editorial. She's a journalist. She's
Oh
a
my
journalist. She's a
God.
journalist. It's an editorial. I was sitting here saying she's writing an editorial, which is exactly what happens when you take something. You break it down the way she does. That's she's a journalist. She's a
She's a
certified
spirit.
journalist.
Oh, she's a spirit.
Well, that is obvious, but we're talking about her technical abilities because that's what she's trained to do. It's like sending a soldier to war.
Naeem, my downloads come straight from divine. So this training was spoken into my bones before I even received it.
Call it what you want, it's what you do. That's my point. You don't send a map maker to dissolve the bomb. It's what you do.
Thank you.
Oh, Otis, I'm so happy I'm not you. You got to follow that one.
You gonna follow me?
You know something, that's the nice thing. This quote, you know, ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to the show, I want you to look at all the beautiful faces on here. Most of us all have 32 teeth. And the ones that still have it, we're still smiling, you know. And when you listen to the conversation, this is nothing but love. This is love, nothing but love. And each time that one of us speaks, one of us gets hurt. There's nothing about unbearable about being in this circle of people right there. Otis, how does quote land on you? You want to deliver it one more time? Give us your interpretation.
Certainly. In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes emptiness bearable is each other. Well, what came across my mind is we all have people that come in and out of our lives, and there's always one person that we can share our personal thoughts and feelings with. So you don't have to go searching. And then also there's a song that popped into my head again with the quote is Whitney Houston, "Where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home? Back to the open arms of a love that's waiting there. And if somebody loves you, won't they always love you? I look in your eyes and I know that you still care for me and that you still care for me." And that's how it landed on me.
All right. Pick one, ladies and gentlemen. It's like going to a flower store. You know, you look at a rose and is one more beautiful, one more fragrant than the other? That's the reason why we take a dozen home with us. All right, just pick one. And for me, I opened up the show. I talked about, you know, my vulnerabilities, exposing your weakness. In order to be a friend, you got to be a friend to yourself. I think Naheem said something like that. When you talk about the weakest link in a chain, if that weakest link is you, then surround yourself with people that will pull you through. You know, when Dr. Breakthrough talks about, you know, his beautiful, lovely wife, look at the way his eyes light up when he talks about the light of his life. And when you look at the fact that, you know, Anne Marie, when she talks about the things that she pours into others and the way she articulates her words, it's like a beautiful sympathy being heard for the first time. And that island tone, Lois Campbell, when she goes out there and puts it out there and talks about the truth and whatever, words are not collected, they're spoken one word at a time. And believe it or not, when we talk about one word at a time, Gilda, you know, she is that voice. You know, when you ask if a tree falls down in the woods and is it heard? Oh boy. Gilda's voice is heard around the world. And the messages from the voice of our show is clear as day. It is the sunshine on a rainy day. It is that cloud when we look up and we see those different figures. That's Otis. That's Otis. All right. He's a dream maker. And Christopher, talking about a tall glass of something, tall, beautiful. You know, that is a man's man. I'm going to tell you, you know, you talk about Texans. That is a man's man. And with Larnez, you know, there's no emptiness when you're in the room. There's nothing to be unbearable about because Larnez, no matter what, she's got you and she brings everyone together. Motivational Sundays is about what Carl Sagan wrote. It's about no more searching. It's that we found each other, and it was on purpose. No accidents happened here. There's no emptiness to be unbearable. This is the truth. All right. And there is no me without you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You know, we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No matter what's going on in the world, we seem to show up and do our thing. All right. If you like what you heard, you're more than welcome to join us. We're probably the only podcast that we welcome other people. We just ask you to bring something positive in there. You know, there's a lot going through, and we could talk about trauma and whatever case may be, but we try to stay positive. Reality, we're human beings, and sometimes things happen. We're not happy about the way life is going through, whatever. But, you know, Christopher said it earlier. We will get through this, and we'll get through it together. All right. So my grandfather always said, when you get to a point in life, you can help someone else out. He said it's your duty to do so. He said, reach one, teach one. And with that said, we what?
Fade to black.
Make sure you come back.